Hello there. We are coming at you from the 125th International IAOM Conference and Trade Show. And Karl gave a great talk today on understanding hazardous locations in your facility and really the ramifications of even cost of doing projects, and wanted to talk to you about how all that factors in and what you should do as a facility to examine dust hazard analysis before projects and how that really impacts a project that you're executing.
Yeah, it really starts in your facility with making sure you've got your DHA completed and you've got a hazardous classification drawing that details out in your facility what your classified locations are. Because if you don't know that, you don't know how to order equipment, you don't know what to tell your contractors they need to do. So it's really the baseline of getting started on a project is to get your hazardous classification drawings complete. So your procurement people know, your maintenance people know, and your contractors know. So as you're specifying new equipment, you're getting ready to install equipment, maintain equipment, you know what you need. And if you don't have that done, you're just guessing. And that's where your trouble's going to start. So.
And what was compelling to me in Get Home was the cost implications that can be had in a situation like that. If you're needing to classify an area as Division 1 versus Division 2, your costs can go up tremendously, as well as just the housekeeping aspect and how that can impact the level and cost of materials and install on a project.
Yep, there's a huge cost difference from equipment in a Class 2 Division 1 location to Class 2 Division 2. So being able to declassify an area through good housekeeping practices, through dust collection equipment is huge in helping keep costs down on the project and keeping the facility and your people safe.
You referenced the cost of a NEMA 7, which would be for a more of a gaseous location versus some of the NEMA 9 enclosures, but that cost difference can be pretty substantial.
Thousands of dollars. So to go from a NEMA 4 or 412 enclosure to a NEMA 7, depending on the side, I mean, it can be thousands of dollars if it's just in one box. Yep. Not to mention the cost to install that versus a NEMA 412. So that's big cost differences in the installation.
Yep. And again, the housekeeping, that was the biggest thing that I took away is just those good housekeeping practices. And what did you say? Eighth
inch of dust, or where you can't, it's a discernible color difference in the equipment by having a layer of dust. So good housekeeping practices are extremely important. And really, you're walking into a facility that's got dust all over it, walk back out. I mean, you're walking into the makings of a bomb, right? It's that secondary explosion, usually an explosion starts inside a piece of equipment in a bag house, in a bucket elevator or a drag conveyor, belt conveyor, and when that primary explosion goes off, that's what shakes the building. And if you got a dusty building, now all that dust comes off of all those ledges and beams, and now it's what blows the roof off of the building. So
I've seen live videos that they've had from nearby security cams that have filmed those explosions, and you see that initial explosion and then the secondary and tertiary and continued explosions that continue to get bigger, shaking that
and good housekeeping would have prevented that second one, right? So and that primary explosion, most of those can be prevented with good hazmat, right? Good hazard monitoring systems that are installed to keep those hot bearings from causing an explosion, keep the misaligned belts, slow down sensors. And it's not only installing them, it's in testing them annually. So you're not done just getting them installed. Oh, great, we got it installed, we're good. Okay, now you got to test it annually and make sure that it still works and it does what it's supposed to do. So.
Yeah, so I think takeaway was really plan that through your dust hazard analysis, housekeeping, and a lot of what you can do up front sounds like can really impact the cost of a project.
Yeah, big time. You got it. Proper planning makes a big difference. So.
Awesome. Good.